like interacting and not interacting. Like some just stood up there and read it. So it's okay. I've seen it all day today already.
I get shaky. I'm not even shy to talk.
So do
Don't
I. I
see me in
feel
speech
that
class.
on a
I would
personal
literally
level.
like slap myself before a speech.
What?
Like
Do it.
straight up.
Please do it. Do it.
Please don't.
Yeah.
No. That was probably before you walked in. So we're good. Okay, here we go. Jonathan, whenever you are ready. We started a thing in first period where we clapped as they walked up, like kind of a encouragement. Yay! And then we'll clap after as well.
Okay.
Okay.
America is a nation of immigrants. We are beholden to no higher power, and we are founded on being in charge of our own ships, being the master of our own seas, and being able to carve our own course through our own destiny. And yet people refuse to take charge of their own faults. The rich weasel their money away from the watchful eyes of the state. American industry is built on profiting off of the wills and powers of those seen as lesser. The bourgeoisie watch on their ivory towers, their clambering claws of the masses, ripping and tearing at their stone foundation, slowly eroding their statues like a calm brook cleaves its way through a mountain. All this in areas lack one essential element of human decency: responsibility. To ground this complex topic, I offer you a thought experiment. You grow your fortune in table making, a process that takes a great deal of manual labor. On your day of retirement, the workers question you about their medical expenses. Many people have had to get medical attention because inhalation of the oil is required to create your best-selling table. If you took responsibility for your actions, you would gladly pay for the bills and continue to look after the families as they recover from their procedures. That is a meaning of responsibility, and we seem to have forgotten as a society, that. Without personal responsibility, these workers would be forced to put themselves into debt to pay for your maltreatment, creating one single large expense, and the single splash in a clear mountain lake created ripples of poverty far greater than its source. People had called for responsibility since the dawn of creation. The Greek notion of hubris is one example. Hubris is just arrogance beyond normal human beings, a gone complex in simpler terms. The rich today have a great deal of hubris. I, however, assert the simple truth that everyone is created equal. And so why can the rich continue to peddle their ideas of superiority to us as if we're babes in the wood, as if we could be naive to our own suffering? Rich men are only men, frail, weak, and yet they forge armor around themselves, throw up walls between us and them, and then have the gall to claim they brought themselves up by their own bootstraps. We all know that if billionaires even touched a boot, they'd likely faint from exhaustion. We need responsibility as much as we need help for the poor, as much as we need democracy. Checks and balances are America, and give the people direct rule over their government. We are created equal under the law, at least in theory. Jails are responsibility incarnate. They're very simple in concept. You commit a crime based on majority opinion on morality and serve your penance. People, however, are very fickle and have weaseled their way around personal responsibility in famous cases such as the O.J. Simpson trial. A case won only because of the copious amount of money Simpson had at his disposal. The rich create their own morals and frequently exempt themselves from the rest of society's rules. Nixon committed felonies at the Watergate Hotel, intentionally attempted to coerce and corrupt American democracy, and yet he got off scot-free. He was even pardoned by his vice president and later president Gerald Ford. Because we lack responsibility is the only reason why this crook did not stay behind bars. There's an old adage, money is the root of all evil. And I'm telling you, that's a plain lie. Rich people invent morals to feel better than their constituents. It will be moral to steal bread to feed your family. But don't tell the business owners that. We don't need morals, okay? Good and evil mean nothing if they don't apply to everyone. What we need is responsibility. Something the rich can't even dodge in the court of public opinion. Weasels are gnawing at our very democracy, and the only sheath to their fangs is responsibility. And so I proudly say, give me responsibility or give me death.